Well, hello, everyone. I hope you can join me here in just a moment. Looks like we have quite a crowd available today to take a look at a few things, and I am happy to show you those things. Just in the text or chat box over there on the right-hand side, why don't you type in where you're from before we get started so we make sure we know who we're talking to. Should be able to see that chat. Just type the letters in there. Hey, Mobile, Alabama, Ohio. Awesome. Awesome. New Jersey. Oh, that's got to be cold. Maricopa, definitely. Good deal. George, how you been, man? Been a long time since I talked to you. Michigan. Nice. Okay, great. Well, folks, I'm so glad that you're with me. And by the way, Pete is in Australia. If you're a customer in Australia, Peter is one of our advisors, and so is George Corbin up in Canada. So we've got a lot of places that we can help you. We wanted to just meet for a few minutes, just a half an hour at the most, and just talk to you a little bit about the topic of community matters in 2024. And what I really mean by that is we in the last year started using a training and learning device called Addendo, and I'm heading that up, and I have as my associate Mark Stevens, who also is involved in training and arranging live training classes and so forth. And we want to just talk about why this is so important to our community as sign makers and printers. You know, when I had a sign shop, it was really hard for me to get help. I mean, I could call in and get tech support, but that was sometimes a little difficult to do. And if I went out on Facebook or something like that, I might get an answer, but could I really trust it? So what we did in 2023 was we actually started a website. It's addendo.com. And we also added to that website. And I'm going to show you a little bit about that in just a moment. The other purpose of this meeting is actually if you're an end user or reseller for that matter, just in the chat box there, I want you to type in any new features you'd like to see in Flexi. Just type them in because I'm going to share this information with our programmers and the product manager and make sure that they actually get some of this information that you're interested in getting. So if you've been using Flexi for a while and you really want to get in touch with these folks, well then type that in. So JC just typed easy searchable PMS colors. Absolutely, being able to find those colors is a great suggestion. So feel free to type those in, and we'll get you in touch with those folks. At the end of this presentation, because you were so good about coming to the presentation, we're going to give you some really good discounts. You're going to get a 25% discount on the community. You're going to get 25% off of a virtual training, which I'll explain in just a minute. And you'll even get 50% off. If you want a new subscription, you'll get 50% off for the first 2 months of that subscription. So you're going to save some good things here. All right, so let's move on. Let's go to our next slide here. Just give me 1 second and I will get to that. There we are. Okay, so after this presentation, as I mentioned, we're going to talk more about some things that are happening at SAI and in addendo.com, and we're going to get you in touch with people that can really help you. So put those requests, just keep them coming. Gradient fills that can go from transparent to color is another one somebody suggested. Awesome. Auto smart nesting by media width. Well, we kind of have that more or less, Trent, but maybe we'll touch on that a little bit, but that's good. Keep them going in there. Okay, real good. I want to talk about something that's really, really important to us. I want to introduce you to Mark Stevens. He's also in the chat there. Mark has been doing a great job with Addendo in helping folks to get live training. We are still doing live virtual training, so we have advisors that can come on the like a Zoom meeting and get right into your system and help you. We also are doing some group training. We're also doing some on-site training. we've got tons of places that we went to last year where we actually went on site for 2 or 3 days, and we had some good advisors that helped folks set up their system and get them going. So it's not just learning Flexi, it's actually helping you with your system as well. So be sure and get in touch there. I'm going to take you to Addendo in just a minute to show you what we're actually doing, because when we started Addendo.com, we kind of said, let's take and let's develop 4 areas that can help people with Flexi as well as EnROute and other things. So we have an online community, and I really encourage all of you, if you're not part of the community, to join this community. It's a safe place, it's private, it's a discussion area, and unlike Facebook, we monitor that constantly. We keep all the bullies off, and we keep all the people that are complainers off. It's a place for us to help each other. It's a community, and that's why it matters. And it's going to matter more in 2024. With all the new things that are coming to the market, with direct to film and using white inks and all of that, you got to get answers. And that community, while we host it, is also has a lot of folks that are experienced with Flexi, so you can help each other. But it's more than that. There are downloads there. There's guides. There's exclusive videos. Our advisors are on there. They can jump in from time to time. And these advisors are folks that we've vetted, and they're very experienced people. They actually help one another, and they're interested in helping you. So that's one thing I'd encourage you to do. The second thing that we put on that's new in 2023, and we're developing even more content, are these e-courses. And these are courses that are online courses. There's a full Flexi course, but there's also courses on using white inks, working with transparencies, print and cut, all kinds of different topics there. So it's a great place to, get a little bit of help. And then the virtual training, that is actually hosted by our advisors. So our Addendo advisors, Mark actually goes through, and before an advisor can become an advisor for Addendo and SAI, we vet them very carefully. These are folks that have machinery. They may run their own shops. They might be involved in vehicle graphic wraps, or, and routing tables and doing all kinds of things. So they're using product. And so the help they're giving you is not just tech support. It's literally helping you because they've gone through the same things. And then even our on-site training is very, very valuable. So we're going to show you some of those topics here, okay? So let me go over to my my Addendo training site here. What you're looking at now is actually the actual website at addendo.com. And you can see the 4 different areas here. I want to click on virtual training first. This is a place where, again, you can actually get on here and talk to someone who actually uses the product in real life, who still maybe owns a shop or something like that. So if we click on customized training, for instance, these are all of our advisors. And again, you may recognize some of these names, some you may not. I mentioned George Corbin and Peter. They're both online right now. Here's Peter and here's George. If you needed their help, you would just click on their name. I mean, just literally click on the name. It'll take you to a summary of what they're an expert with. And then it tells you some of the things they're familiar with, the hardware, the types of projects that they can help with, and so forth. Gives you a little bio. And then you can literally choose to work with them for as little as a half an hour to several hours. We actually have one customer that's bought 12 or 15 hours of time with some of our consultants because they need that kind of help. So it's a great place to just kind of get that quick help if you want to. In addition to the regular customized training like that, we also have some short courses. And again, these are live. These are actually hosted by an advisor. So if you wanted a couple of hours on Flexi, you're a new user, and you just need help like for 2 hours, you could actually go to a Flexi basic course, and one of our advisors would be matched with you. Mark matches you up with a perfect advisor. And then what happens is you get a full 2 hours of training. And it's many different topics. You can actually look through all the topics that are available. More importantly, when you talk to your advisor, you can actually customize that to your needs. So it's not just the agenda we have set up here. You can look through that, and of course we can go through that agenda, but you can talk to your advisor and say, here's what I really need. I need help on this and this and this, and it's custom to you. So that's really a great feature in our system here. We also have many of you may need this just on site, somebody to come there and actually talk to you and do the hands-on right on your machine and your equipment and so forth. That we've done that a lot with a lot of the government agencies that have traffic signage. We go right to their department and spend a couple of days there, get their machines working and everything. Our guys are experts on these things. Our e-courses, which I'd really encourage you to use, are on many different subjects. So we've got, I know a lot of you are HP users, for instance. So we have a course that's, focused on using Flexi with HP machinery. But we also know that some of you may be new. So we have webinars that we conduct. And by the way, if you're a member of our Flexi user community, you actually get all of our webinars for free. Those are typically like $50 to join a webinar, but you'll get them absolutely free forever. So it's really a great thing. And in fact, if you're a community member, you get 50% off of every single course we have that's an e-course available to you. So you can do a lot of things with this. There's color management courses, print and cut courses. The brand new Roland BN2 machine is out now. So we developed a course specifically for that machine. There's a lot of different courses on here that you could take. And then there's one more thing I want to show you, which is really, really important. I'm going to go back to the home page to show you how to get to it. And it's basically this community. And this is what I really want to stress to you, because it's really going to help you. If you could click on community, it's going to take you to a place where you literally can become a member and talk to other users. And on the left-hand side over here are all the different discussion boards. So you may know that, recently SAI made a good decision, which was to help, current users and folks with subscriptions and so forth. That's fine. But I know some of you may have some older versions. That's okay. One day you're going to have to upgrade because it's just not going to be supported on Windows anymore, right? So you may be moving forward. But until then, if you need help on a product like Flexi 19 or something like that, you can get it in the community because the users go there, right? And then also you'll see other areas like color management, direct to film, printers and cutters. There's places where you can share your own files with others if you want to. You can also get downloads. What about Adobe and Flexi? A lot of you use Adobe Photoshop or Illustrator, and you're trying to use Flexi. I mean, how many times have you come across where you're working in an Adobe product and you're saying, well, the colors just don't match, right? Or my layers don't transfer properly, or whatever. Well, there's a discussion board for that to help you with those situations. That's one of the things that really helps you out. So I really want to stress joining this community. Now, in addition to that, when you join this community, as I said, you're going to get some discount codes, right? Which I'm not going to show you until you join the community, because the community is only $10 a month. But today, with until the end of January, I'm going to give you a 25% discount. So it's going to be about $7.95, $7.95 a month. And you can even buy a yearly subscription too, if you wanted to. Totally worth it. Totally worth it. You can ask any community member and you'll see that they've been getting a great deal of in here. So what happens is when you're in the community, like Deborah Edwards did just 4 days ago, she had some trouble scaling some of her images and so forth. So she asked a question and, I got on there and started helping her. And we went through a bunch of different scenarios until she finally found the answer, right? And you can see her comments here, like she really appreciated the assistance. And she said she'll be looking forward to more webinars or 2-minute tips on scaling templates to color cutters. So when she posted that on there, what that did, it said, oh, well, maybe I should make a video on scaling, okay, and or something like that. So when you're in the community, you're directly affecting how we teach you and what subjects we teach. That's not what happens on Facebook. On Facebook, you get a little simple answer or whatever. And I'm not saying don't go there. We have a membership in our Facebook page of over 3,000 people, right? But this is a better place because it's a permanent place where you can get those answers and go back and see those answers under your own name. So you don't have to go searching through all of Facebook's and trying to find out where the answer is. It's all concise right in here. So there's a lot of different questions that we post in here, which is really, really great. So you can discuss even general things, by the way. So this is not a site that's just limited to Flexi, although that's what we specialize in. But if you wanted to ask users about a certain kind of printing method or something like that, hey, it's available to you. So I want to encourage all of you to become members of this system here, okay? Because it's really, really a great way to work with things. Now, I've been seeing quite a few suggestions, and I am so happy to see that. A number of them are on gradients. I have here being able to eyedrop a color for stroke in the fill stroke editor painter. Well, you can actually do that, JC, and you'll learn that in some of the Flexi lessons that we have online. Let's see, step and repeat or auto serialized displays what the file size will be. That's good suggestion. Thanks, I appreciate that. Good deal. So keep those suggestions coming. Keep them posted in there. We still got another 10 minutes or so in this webinar. I want you to post those suggestions in there. Get them coming, because this is going to go directly to the programmers. All right. And you're putting them in the chat. I just want you to say, here's what I want. Right. It's a good time to do that. So going back to our community here real quick while you're posting your suggestions. And by the way, this is being recorded, so you're going to get an email so you'll be able to go back and actually watch this again if you want. So that's cool. We do that with all of our webinars. You take the webinar and you don't just leave. It's automatically, we send you an email and you get access to that webinar forever, and you can watch it over and over again, which is really cool. But keep in mind the professional area that our Flexi community is professional. So we're not allowing folks in there that are disgruntled or whatever. Use Facebook for that, or even send us an email. This is for helping. And I've been in this business for 35 years. My passion is to teach and help end users, and the guys that we have that are advisors, that's their passion too. They're very experienced and they want to help. So we want you to become part of this. It's private, right? We're very careful about who we admit into this community. It's monitored. We even have some tech guys that get in there every now and then, right? And in the community, there's exclusive offers. So you'll see in 2024, Mark and I are already talking about this. What can we continue to offer our users in the community? And so if you've got a suggestion, like, hey, I would like to have this in the community, add that to your chat box as well, because we'd really like to see that. Okay. Also, as I said, you're going to get all of our webinars for free. So our goal in 2024 is going to be doing a webinar every month. And these are generally about an hour long, and they're on specific topics. So I just saw Tanya here say, I need desperate help calibrating my screens. So we've done a couple of webinars on that, but we'll do another one in 2024. And we change them up. It's not just always the same topic. It's different things. So Tanya she would love to have, go in this and take this webinar. Why pay the $50? Get it for free. Join the community. Spend the $50 in the community, and then get the webinars for free. Then the second thing is, right now, she typed that in. Our advisors have seen that. And, Tanya, if you want some help from an advisor, 30 minutes of time or so, they might be able to get you up and running and calibrate that monitor for you, or at least tell you how to do it. right? That's a good example of what we're trying to do here, right? So keep that in mind, that the Flexi community is a really good place for you to be, to get access to all of the things that you need in our market, really. Okay. So again, take a tour of it. If you go to the community link at addendo.com, you'll actually see a video that will give you a full tour of it if you're just curious about it. So it's very, very good here. Let's see, Tanya, you say, I've been using Flexi since 2004. Wow. I'm always assisting other graphic shops and educating. You know, Tanya, that's great. You should, I hope you're a part of the community, you know, because if you're in the community, you can help even more. And we also are always looking for qualified folks to help. So maybe there's an opportunity in the future for you as one of our advisors. I don't know. As we grow, you know, our system at SAI, our Flexi user group, you know, we have literally tens of thousands of users. I mean, there are folks all over the world that use our system. Some shops have 2 or 3 or 4 copies of Flexi that they're using. Literally tens of thousands of people worldwide. Okay, and so there's a lot of folks that need assistance. And isn't it? I mean, just think about it. It's so hard to get good help. You know, to get professional help. I know I struggled with that when I was in my shop, you know, and I don't want to have to struggle. I want things to be as smoother and easier. So take advantage of this, right? I'm glad you like, love Flexi, Tanya. That's awesome. Good deal. So let's see what Chris says. Says, for what a font looks like, you can show icons in the, that's right. That must be Chris Kennedy out there. He's one of our advisors. So you can see how quickly he looked at a subject and said, hey, I can help you with this, right? Just like that. And that's how our advisors are. You know, they've used the product so much, they kind of know what to do. And they've gone through the hardships already, you know, so they kind of say, okay, well, let's do this. So that's why, you know, 30 minutes of time, maybe all you need, right? That's the way it works. And these guys are professionals, you know, they're not just somebody on Facebook that you don't know. We vetted them, so it's very, very important there. Thanks, Chris. Appreciate you joining in like that. That's awesome. All right, so I'm getting closer to the end here. I'm going to let this discount code thing get up here pretty quick. And Tanya, thank you for your input too. I can tell you've been using it for a while. Let's do this. I'm going to actually show you the discount code. So this is going to be something I'm going to leave on the screen for a minute. You folks can either write these down or come back and write them down. And if you miss it, if you didn't attend today and you're just watching the recording, because even if you don't attend our webinars, once you sign up, you still get to see the recording, right? That's what we do. So if you want to be a part of that community until the end of the month, until January 31st, we are actually giving you 25% off, which is a big chunk. And that's lifetime. That's not just for a month. That's 25% off for as long as you're in the community. By the way, we also in that community, when you go there, if you're just thinking about it, you get 7 days to check it out. Okay, so you get a week's worth of community before you get billed, I guess you would say. So after 7 days, of course, it does bill you, but you'll probably find that you use it a lot, you know, and you can cancel anytime. It's no big deal. All right. Also, we convinced SAI, our mothership there, to offer a really great subscription discount. So if you're thinking about another subscription, or if you're just kind of interested in here and you're kind of hearing this for the first time, if you get a new subscription between now and the end of January 31st, the first 2 months are going to be 50% off. That's a really good deal. That's probably, well, it depends on what you get, but that could be as much as you know, $30, $35 off, something like that per month. So it's kind of going to get you jump started, you know, so that's a good deal. And then Mark Stevens, our training manager, who handles our live training, he's talked to our advisors, and basically he's come up with a plan to offer 25% off of any virtual training. So if you wanted to get on board with Chris or George or Peter or any of our other advisors, all you've got to do is let Mark know and use that discount code of 25 off when you fill out the payment form, and you'll get 25% off. And guess what? That's going to be on those 2 courses there. So if you want to take the Flexi Complete course, if you want to take the Flexi Basic course, you will get 25% off for the month of January, which is awesome. Okay. So I want you to enjoy those things. It's really, really good. Now I'm going to move to another slide and I'll come back to that one because I do want to offer my thanks. I didn't get to read all of the messages, but they get recorded. So I'll go back through those, and some of our folks are online now, probably telling some of our programmers what they're reading. So that's kind of a cool thing to do. We do have obviously Facebook, Instagram, X. We have a blog, and Addendo has those pages as well. And I want you to, when you leave here, you may be redirected to Addendo. I forgot how I set this up. And if that's the case, check us out. Check us out and stay in touch with us. We're here to help. I've been, like I said, I've been in the training side of this business for over 30 years, and with a lot of our advisors. And I just want to tell you, the passion is there. And this is why, and it's what makes SAI products different. Yes, there's other products out there, right? Okay. You ever try to call Adobe? Yeah, I don't think you're going to get in touch with them very soon. Okay. You ever try to get Adobe help? It's not going to happen. Okay. You ever try to, some of these other companies that have maybe similar products to ours, they're not doing this kind of thing really effectively. Our goal at SAI is to not only provide you with the best software that you can have, and that's why I want you to tell us what you want, because we want to give you what you want, but not only the best software, we want to provide you with the best help system. So talk to us, right? Join the community and talk to us, and send us emails, right? Get involved with us, and we will get involved with you and your business. We want to see you succeed. When you have a software like Flexi, that's 75% of the market, runs with Flexi. We're doing something right, but we want to do it better in 2024. Okay, so we need your help with that. Now I'm going to go back one little slide so we can have those codes up there in case you missed it. I'm going to allow another 2 or 3 minutes here for you folks to talk to each other. I'm going to read through the chat while you're doing that, and I want you to keep on talking to one another. Let's see what Margaret's got here. Margaret says the usage. Yeah, the used fonts are at the top. That's true. That's true. It does clear out in different sessions. That's right. Yeah, that's, what's a really good thing on regards to fonts, by the way. I don't know if you folks have ever used this, but there's something called graphics or styles and text styles. So you know what you can do? You can actually type, just type a font on the screen. Make it any size you want, 1 inch, 2 inches, or whatever. And guess what? You can just right click on it and choose text style and save it as a style. So here's an idea. How about you type your top 10 fonts on the screen and you just right click on them one at a time and you save it as a text style. And then when you go to choose fonts, instead of going to the list of, and I know you guys have this, you probably have what, 5,000-10,000 fonts in your computer system, just right click and type a letter out, right click on it and say apply style. And you're going to see your 10 fonts right there, your 10 most used fonts. It's also great too, because customers sitting next to you, and instead of going through the whole book of fonts, you just say, yeah, here's the fonts I have. And you can sell them the ones that are easy to weed and easy to print and so forth, right? Brett, right click is king. You better believe it. Same thing, Scott, right? Yeah. I don't know if you guys have been to my class or just watch videos, but You know how I'm a big right click person on anything. So that's awesome. Well, folks, we pretty much come to the end of our 30 minutes. And again, I just want to offer my thanks to you for being a customer in 2023 of SAI. And I hope that you will become one of our clients at addendo.com. It's the same company. Addendo's not a separate company. We're part of SAI. We just have a different name. We have, just to try to attract more attention for training on the training side. But I thank you so much. So keep putting in those little ideas there. I'm going to sign off from the presentation, but I want you to talk to each other and maybe take a little advice from one of our advisors. Thank you so much, everyone, for attending today. I really do appreciate it. And you're welcome, Margaret and Chris. You bet, George. Catherine, you're always great, of course. Thanks, Scott. All right, guys. Have a good one. Have a good one. Thanks, Brett. You bet, Peter.